Hello, Tim Pitts, trainer for Speed Queen here at Alliance Laundry Systems. We're going to be covering installation of a gas dryer. So we have the gas dryer out of the box, and now we're going to get it into the customer's home. So we're going to grab the dolly, the appliance dolly. We can go on the back of these on our dryers because our venting only comes out of a certain length where it's not going to ride against that dolly to cause pressure on there. So we'll get this strapped in so we have better control of the dryer. Now we'll take it in the house. Once we get it in the house, we're gonna set it in the approximate area close to where it's gonna be installed so we can get all the hookups done and everything, and then we can take the dolly back off. Then we can set the dolly off to the side. Next thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna install this gas line. You can see there's an orange cover over the gas line that comes from the burner. So we're gonna take a regular straight blade screwdriver, just get behind the gas key, and we can just bring it right off the dryer. Now we can go and put our sealant on. We're gonna need thread sealer. So we have a choice, yellow Teflon tape, or you can use a pipe thread sealant. Some people call it pipe dope. One of the two, choose. Check your codes in the area. Do not use the white Teflon tape for gas. So again, it's a yellow Teflon tape, and that's what I'm gonna use here. When we put this Teflon tape on, we're gonna wanna turn it the same direction you would turn the fitting on. Otherwise, if you go back the opposite direction which you're turning the fitting on, it's gonna unwind the tape as you're trying to turn the fitting on. So we're gonna take this, and we're gonna do approximately 2 turns. So again, we wanna go clockwise around here with this tape to get a good seal. And we'll just take it off like that, get it tucked on there real nice. And then we're gonna take our fitting that's inside the thread is 3/8 on the inside this fitting. The other side the fitting is a flared fitting. So when that flared goes together inside of the gas line, it's also flared. So again, when you get flare to flare, that's what makes the seal. Don't need to put thread or any type of thread sealant on this because it's the flare that's sealing on this curved edge here. So we're gonna attach the flex line to the machine. Again, some gas lines are good in some areas, some gas lines are not. So check your gas line codes, what you can use in the household in your area for a gas line, a flex line. So again, we're gonna thread this on this pipe. We're just gonna go hand tight. This fitting here does not have to get extremely tight. If you over tighten this is a pipe coming from the gas valve inside the machine. So if you get this too tight, it's gonna turn that gas valve and we can cause internal leaks. So again, we're just gonna go good and snug with this fitting. You can just start seeing the tape that I just put on to the pipe. You can see it starting to bundle up, so we're tight enough. So now we're gonna take our flex line and we're gonna put it on the flared end of it. Do not have to put tape here. The flare on the end of this fitting has to seal to the flare in this flex line, and that's what creates the seal. So we'll put that on. Now we need to use 2 wrenches. So we're gonna get the one wrench on, and then we'll get the other wrench on. We're gonna hold this fitting as we tighten. And you can squeeze these 2 wrenches together and that needs to be very tight. Yeah, I could feel that snugged and it just stopped. So we're gonna have a seal there. We need to hook up our flex line again, check the codes in your area to make sure the flex line is good. So we're gonna get the fitting to put in our shutoff valve. So again, it's 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch flared. The pipe thread side of it, we have to get tape on it to seal, or some type of sealant pipe dope or whatever you use. You can use that, or you can use this tape, hold it, and we're turning the fitting as though we're turning it into the other fitting. So that way the tape, as the tape goes in and we turn the other fitting, we're not unwrapping the tape as we go in. It's just gonna keep it tight, getting tighter and tighter. 2 to 3 turns. We can take that right off and we can put our fitting right in the shutoff valve. Always use the crescent wrenches. So I'm just gonna show you how you have to hold one. Make sure you have the right crescent wrenches in your vehicle to whatever fittings you're gonna be using. So again, always tighten towards each other until you get it good and tight where it's snug there. So that way we're not turning anything beyond here. We're holding here down and then we're turning on the fitting. So now we can take the gas line and turn the gas line on. So again, this only needs to be snug. You don't need to get it massively tight because that thread sealant is gonna seal that. We're gonna hold the fitting and we're gonna turn the top one and we're just gonna pinch the two together until we're good and snug. Once you got both of these fittings done, you can take a leak test sealant. You know, sometimes it's called bubbles, or if you have a sniffer, electronic sniffer that sniffs gas, you can use that. You're gonna wanna take this and put it on every fitting that you just put on. So you have a seam here, you want some here, you have a seam here, so you want some here, and you have a seam right here. So just get a little bit in each one, and if you have a leak there, you're gonna see it starting to bubble. It's gonna start blowing bubbles. And if it's blowing bubbles, you need to go just a little bit tighter. So if you go back to this one, here, you need the leak detection here, you're gonna need it here, and you're gonna need it here. Again, to make sure that none of this is leaking. We gotta make sure this isn't leaking gas into the customer's home. So make sure we do that. So once this is all hooked up, we can turn that gas on to the machine and everything is gonna be sealed and it'll be ready to go. So as you can see, this is also a steam dryer. We got a water valve here, so we need to hook up that steam. We're gonna wanna put the Y on the water valve. On a cold water valve, whenever we hook up steam to a dryer, we're always going to a cold water valve. So hand tight. And with the channel locks, hand tight, quarter turn, and it will be tight enough. There we go, quarter turn. Then we're gonna wanna take our hose. In a literature packet, you'll see the gaskets, the hose seals for the hose. We're gonna wanna get those out. And we're gonna have to insert them in the end of the hose again. So the one without the screen, we'll put that in. And that will go on the water valve on the machine. Hand tight, quarter turn. Now we're gonna place the gasket, the seal with the screen in it. So the cone is facing out. And then we're gonna attach that to the Y. The other end of the Y is for the washer, the cold water for the washer. Hand tight. Quarter turn. Now we would just need to get the cord. And we can plug that in. Now we need to hook up the venting yet. So we're gonna very carefully move the machine back towards the position it's gonna be in. Again, we need to make sure it's level. So we're gonna put the level factory edge, front to back, left to right. If you have to do any adjusting on this, again, channel locks. We'll tip it back, grab that leg, and turn the leg wherever it needs to go. Get that set. Grab your level again. Check, make sure it's perfectly level. And it is. Now we need to hook up the venting. When hooking up venting, check with your local municipalities, get your venting codes to make sure that the venting you're gonna hook up to the machine is to code. Very, very important. We're gonna hook up the venting there. We're gonna get it on the machine. We're gonna take our nut driver. Now we're gonna tighten the clamp on the flex line. So we're just gonna tighten that until we're good and tight. All right, now we have everything hooked up here. We have the gas line, we have it plugged in. We have the water supplied for the steam valve. We have the venting hooked up. So now we're gonna wanna come up here. We're gonna wanna test to make sure that we have heat. So select the heat cycle, push start, and then let the dryer run. Make sure we got heat so you can feel the exhaust, the vent pipe, and you'll be able to tell, you'll hear the gas ignite and you'll be able to hear it burning. So that's a gas dryer install.